Lew Rothman from JR or Santa Clara. Take your pick. One of them is the JR operation is retail. Santa Clara is wholesale. I believe we're the largest cigar vendor in the world. Actually, I know we are. We have 8 stores in the United States. And this is our Whippany office, which is attached to the Whippany Lounge and Cigar Store. It's kind of a total environment for cigar smokers, but you'll see that in a few minutes. This office, actually, this building collapsed in a snowstorm in 1995, and when we rebuilt it, since we're here all the time, we decided to make it kind of almost a museum. So if you look at this wall here, this is recreation. You're pointing at the wrong wall. That wall here, that's a recreation of the A.E. Santaella cigar factory that was in Tampa, Florida, in the early 1900s.
Wow.
That particular building over there that I'm pointing to, that was the original factory that Frank Llanesa's father, Jose Llanesa, operated at. The wooden structure over there, which actually houses our main computers, and that was the only thing left after the place fell down.
When was this?
That was in 1995. It was a 30-inch snowfall.
Yes, I remember that.
So that's a copy of the Sanchez and Haya factory, which was the first factory that was built in Tampa, Florida. The factory behind us, I guess, This is actually a copy of the Garcia Vega factory from Tampa, Florida. The only thing that's different right now is this wooden structure we built on the front to house a couple of extra, it actually provides 4 extra places for employees to work. So originally we didn't have that part on there. And then the floor is custom-made carpet that was supposed to recreate tobacco leaves. And the various different brick walkways were supposed to represent kind of streets. Well, we used to actually have telephone poles in here with wires on them, trying to recreate an atmosphere that, made it look like Tampa in 1903.
It's amazing.
The floor of the cigar store that you were in before we walked in here, that's the original wooden floor of the Eden Cigar Factory. And that's the factory that Frank Llanesa owned, and originally when the Fuentes first started out in Tampa, they rented the 3rd floor from Frank Llanesa, so that particular floor out there is actually the factory floor that the Fuentes worked on when they first came to Tampa.
Let's go take a look.
The factory was condemned for asbestos, and I happened to be there at the time, and I saw all the phenomenal mahogany and wood there. They send carpenters down from up here to disassemble the place and bring it back up here.
That's amazing, all that thought that went into constructing the office.
Well, we're here more often than we're at home.
Right.
So at any rate, all these desks and all these various different places where you see computers, during the day there are office workers working here. We have approximately 1,000 employees. And then we have, I think, 1,300 more in Nicaragua.
Wow.
And so it's just a massive amount of paperwork. People don't realize how much paperwork has to be done. They produce our catalog, and they produce signs for our stores. They do photography. We have a photography studio upstairs. So they do some work for other manufacturers. Then these people also produce cigar magazine. We do a lot of custom packaging. I can show you some of the ones that are being designed now.
Sure.
So what we do is we send packaging to the various factories, and then we have them fill them up. So these are new products that won't be out till next year. This is a Bolivar
Wow.
Cofradilla that will This is an H. Upman Millionario, it's called. There's one that we're making by Perdomo, called Perdomo and Vidrio, the Perdomo and Glass. A Monte Cristo that's being made in Honduras. It's a lot heavier body. Here's one we're doing for Nat Sherman. This is a glass tube variety of Da Vinci.
And these where you're doing the packaging for these other brands?
Yeah. Here's one for Camacho.
Beautiful.
It's called Camacho San Luis y Martinez. It's supposed to be similar to the cigars that, you know, were produced with tobaccos from that region of Cuba. And we do a lot of custom stuff. Some of it's for ourselves, you know, this type of thing where we designed an item. It's called Herf in a Box. We did assorted cigars. And these are various different packages that we'll make for, you know, places like Costco or other, you know, large big box vendors, or for ourselves. So when we do these type of packaging, because the customer there can't really see the cigars, we, you know, we'll show them what's in it. That way they don't have to keep opening all the boxes.
Right.
So here's the cover from the next cigar magazine, which this won't be out till November. This fellow is Tony Hyman.
I was just reading all about him on the website.
Yeah, the National Cigar Museum.
We'd really love to do something with him.
Go interview him.
Yeah, we'd love to do that.
Our accounting, accounts receivable, accounts payable, PC type programmers, AS400 programmers.
Got to the business.
People who do web design for our various different websites. People who are experts in communication, because we have throughout from our big stores and our smaller stores, we must have, you know, a couple hundred cash registers running all the time, and they're communicating up here, and then
we're coming into the inner sanctum, JR Cigar World. Holy cow.
I'm big into cigar memorabilia. I probably have, I would say I probably have the largest collection of cigar memorabilia in the country. Maybe Tony has a bigger one, I don't know, but one of us, it's either him or it's me.
How about Mark Goldman's Cigar Store Indian collection?
Well, I just do cigar boxes, cigar labels. Mark does Cigar Store Indians, and he's by far he's got the biggest collection of anyone.
I can't wait to get that. Oh.
This is more or less where we
Oh, okay.
we eat lunch here. It's like a planning room.
That's great.
Whatever.
Many important decisions made in this room, I'm sure.
And then I can't remember the damn code for this. What the hell was it? So this room here is actually, if you notice, there's transoms in the ceiling here, and the reason for the transoms is because this room and this office here are copies of Frank Inese's office at Villazone in Tampa. I had pictures of that, and I just copied it.
Wow.
So, because Villazone factory is so old, before air conditioning, every room had transoms through it to allow air to go from one room to the next. So even though these are not functioning, when I gave the pictures to the artist, he put the, to the architect, he put the transoms in anyway.
That's okay. Get the authentic flavor of it.
So this is like a bullpen style office where we work. And here's some other packaging that I'm working on. These are for Christmas. They're like little shopping bag items that hold 8 cigars.
Great idea.
Monte Cristo, Nat Sherman, Trinidad, CL Flavors, Romeo and Julieta. But I'm always making new stuff. new stuff, edible stuff.